property rights for your colleges and also for your startup companies and for your future. So, without wasting much time, I'll now proceed further with the giving the introduction about the other things which are needed for this present intellectual property rights. So, I'm sharing my presentation. If I'm not audible, please speak out or please message me.
Sir, it is clear, sir. Thank you. Please carry on. It is very clear.
So, someone please let me know like if anyone cannot see my screen. If you are able to see my screen, unmute yourself and say yes. So I can proceed further. So my screen is visible, right?
No, sir. Just a minute, sir. It is in the process, please.
Someone can.
Yeah, it's visible, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. Now it is
It's
visible,
visible
sir.
now.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Yeah, because these are technical glitches happen sometimes where I start my presentation and I proceed my presentation, but the other side cannot see my presentation. So I just want to confirm before I move on further. Well, today's topic is intellectual property and their impact on your business growth. So, if any of you all are already having any plans to do a startup, this will be useful, and all the students and other uh, the faculty will definitely have an enlightenment in these sessions. So, I will take you through all this process of intellectual property rights and its protection. So about us, like I'm in this intellectual property rights domain for the past 15 years, and we have filed more than 3,500 applications for registering the patents, trademarks, copyrights, and designs. And we have worked with more than 1,000 plus startups so far, and helped many of them to register a value-added intellectual property rights. So we are in this domain since 15 years. So right now, today's objective is background information about intellectual property rights, and we're going to talk about intellectual property rights filing requirements and intellectual property rights international filing strategies and the impact of IPR registration in your business growth. So now, quickly, many of them will be looking at intellectual property rights. What is intellectual property rights? So intellectual property rights, this is a day-to-day product which is being in use by many of you. So this is a digital camera. So in this digital camera, many of them don't know that there are different types of intellectual property rights that are involved in this. So let me take you all through that. So now the trademark name Nikon. So the product which is being sold by the brand name is protected under the trademark. So intellectual property rights have a wing of trademark registration. So the brand names on which the products and even the services also which are being sold are protected under the trademarks. Now, what are the services? If you take services, the banking, the infrastructure companies, the automobile servicings, insurance, so education, these are all the services. You don't see any products there. So these services are also protected under the intellectual property rights under the category of trademarks. So many a times people confuse that they come with a brand name and they say that I want to do a patent. So patent cannot be done for a trademark. So brand names are protected only under the Trademark Act. So this trademarks is protected and for the brand names and the company name also. If you see patents. Now, if you see the patents, the automatic zooming, face recognition, red eye removal, these are all the technical features of this product which are solving some technical problem. So when these kind of technical problems are addressed, when these kind of technical problems are addressed, so these are covered under the protection of patent rights. So for a civil engineer, in case if he has done something innovative product, a mechanical engineer, any innovative mechanism, or even for electrical engineers, if they have done something innovative in terms of their electronic product enhancements, those are all protected under the patents. So technical involvement with the technology involvement only constitute to patent protection. Design, if you see the shape of the product, now the shape is protected under the Designs Act. Now here there is no technology involved, no brand name involved, only the shape. If you take an example of a Kinder Joy chocolate, if you see the Kinder Joy chocolate, that is in the egg shape. If you see a Maruti car or a Mercedes Benz car, you can differentiate both the cars. Cars with the four wheels is common, but still you can identify both of them in a different manner because of the shape of the product. The Mercedes Benz car will be longer, lengthier, and with a unique design on the complete product. Whereas Maruti cars also have an elegant, so people can recognize from a distance also by looking at the shape. So the shapes have some significance on intellectual property rights and the ownership. So when the shapes are coming into the picture, so that is protected by the design. So if you are creating any product only which is having a shape, so that shape is protected under the Designs Act. Now the copyright, the softwares that are loaded into the this camera to function, this copyright is protected under the Copyright Act. The softwares are protected under the Copyright Act. So in a day-to-day basis, whatever the product you are holding, even the mobile phone, even anything you hold, it is having intellectual property rights. So right from the products what you wear, branded, Nike, shoe, belt, you have so many brands. So this is what intellectual property rights are related to commercial activity. So that is the reason commercial activity and intellectual property rights are every time property rights we are talking, we are talking only about money. So this is going to create money, generate money, and also becomes an asset. So this is intellectual property rights is nothing but intangible assets. You cannot feel them, you cannot touch them. If you have a camera or a phone in your hand, you are able to touch it. So that is a tangible one. But intellectual property right, you cannot touch. Brand name, you cannot touch. The technology, you cannot touch, because that is a mechanism what you're talking about, the design and everything. So these are all the intangible assets. So intangible assets, just like your tangible assets, just like your house, just like your land, just like your car, any other property, even this property can be sold, this property can be licensed. So all this category of intellectual property rights have high value. So all you have to do is that create a demand. So whenever there is a demand, there is a commercial value. So now, as we have discussed, patents, it's only related to inventions and only for the technical advancements. So technical advancements in the sense what, I have seen some product, and when I'm using this product, there is some problem. When there is a problem, you are inventing a solution to a problem. Here, the invention is technical invention, technical advancement to that problem, whereas so that you are solving a problem. So that is protected under the Patents Act. Example, every day-to-day basis, if you see a carburetor which is used in an automobile, which controls the fluid, fuel to the engine, based on the carburetor, the consumption of the engine may also have impact on the mileage. If you are creating a unique carburetor which can enhance the mileage to more than 20-30%, even that is also a technical advancement what you are doing. So invention means nothing but something you are creating which is never on the earth. Yes, it is similar to that, it is exactly same, but the products are again you are using from the day-to-day life. So you can pick up any product, find a general problem, find a technical solution to that problem, you have a patent in your hand. This is as simple as the patents. So when it comes to the another branch of intellectual property trademarks, it's a company name or a brand name or a logo. So these three are protected under the trademarks as we discussed. Now, what is about the copyrights? The copyrights basically is literary works. You see books, you see novels, you see some poems, So these are all artistic works. These are protected under the Copyright Act. Even the music, the sound recordings are protected under the Copyright Act. So this is another wing. The other wings are designs, the shape of the article, the integrated circuits is circuit layout. The layout of the integrated circuits are protected under the Topology of Integrated Circuits Protection Act. So we normally doesn't come on a day-to-day basis. That is a different segment altogether. Now, another segment of the intellectual property rights is trade secrets. It is undisclosed business models. So normally what happens is if the trade secrets are not disclosed anywhere, it's just kept confidential. Now, another intellectual property rights is geographical indications, that is area specific, just like Kanchipattu sarees. So, Tirupati Laddu also has acquired geographical indication because the taste which is you get from the Tirupati Laddu, you don't get it anywhere. So, because of that, even any sweet shop cannot put any laddu and then name it Tirupati Laddu because that has acquired a geographical indication. There are some cases also on that previously. So now we move further with the trademarks. So what is a trademark? A trademark is used to represent your company, your services or goods, and a wordmark, a logo, caption, even the caption, if you see, just do it is Nike. So like caption, an image or a combinations of all these things can be protected. So now I want some active participation of you all. So now this is a trademark example word, Hepsi. It's a just generic word. Now words which come have to be unique names. You cannot get a trademark for a name Balaji. It's a god name. You cannot get a trademark for a home, Home, home. It's a generic word. Only words which are unique, you coined word, a technical word which is a combination of different words can only get a trademark. Now the phrase, if you see the phrase, that's a tagline, talent in time. Now these are not the trade words which you use in a common day-to-day life. So any caption you create can go for a trademark protection. A symbol, if you see your smileys, you always see, but a smiley in the shape of a bee is unique. So you can get a trademark for it. The shape of the goods also can get a trademark. Just only because the shape of the goods should have huge volumic sale. Then only the shape of the goods can acquire distinctiveness and then qualify for a trademark protection. So, Deepika, can I have some interaction in this process now? Anyone of can just unmute and speak, because I have some quiz where some people can interact. Is it possible? If it's no, okay, I'll proceed further. So normally what happens in my sessions, I keep interacting with the audience to make them understand the value of the intellectual property rights in terms of their engagement. So if you see this logo, people after looking at this logo, some might have already guessed which is this logo. And by looking at it, you should be able to connect the product and the services with this company. So now another, this is famous, everyone can recognize, everyone has this logo in their hand. This is Sony Ericsson. So whenever any company or any brand name is launched, you have to finalize a proposed company name, has to be very unique. And you should also look that that names are not matching with any company name. Also, it is not matching with any company products. See, for example, a company like Usha or a company like Elika launches any products. If they launch any product under any brand name, see, the brand name also gets some unique recognition in that particular domain. So we should understand that whatever name you are choosing should not match any of the company names existing in India and also worldwide, because right now the challenge here is we are now living in an internet world where we can place order from any country through online, through a browser. So once you have an online setup, you are not limiting your sales to India, you are limiting your sales to across the world. So now this has become a very big challenge at this point of time. So the trademark issues, if you see Mickey and Donald on toffees, on toffees, somebody has put the Mickey and Donald pictures on the toffees, then Walt Disney had issued a legal notice to them. A Jaguar, a clothing for if has been kept for clothing, but Jaguar Land Rover has given a legal notice to them. Now, one trademark Sukibawa for agarbattis. Now, Ushoda Enterprises had issued a legal notice saying that Sukibawa is having a, so you cannot use Sukibawa. So that is where Basha. So now it is though people look these two as two different things, but it is something like phonetic similarity. Basha. So the sounding is similar. So even here, legal notice has been issued. These are the practical examples I'm giving you. Way to news and way to SMS. So way to news is one of the person who has tried to use this trademark, and way to SMS, many of you all know it, has issued a legal notice because way to is similar. So SMS and replace with news. So you cannot play around with the words like that whenever there are any brand names which are especially famous. So you should understand that doing a business with any name is not at all acceptable. You should choose very unique names and then start the business. Don't use generic names or don't use any names which are already famous, because the famous brands already have lots of money. They will squeeze your money from you by filing such kind of legal cases. So first thing to remember in the trademark is have your unique brand names and first go for registration and then do your business. Now coming to the technical part, patents. Patents are only given for inventions. So what is an invention? An invention is a new product or a new process which is involving an inventive step and capable of industrial application. So involving an inventive step, what does this mean, inventive step? Just like we have taken the example of carburetor, when I'm doing some invention by understanding some technical problem and giving a technical solution, that's the inventive step. And because I'm understanding the technical problem and giving a technical solution, this means I have applied my subject knowledge and I've created something which is really addressing that particular problem, which nobody in the entire universe has done it so far. So here, patent means application of mind to do some innovative things and creating a new innovative products. So far, nobody has done, for which you can get a patent protection. So why we should now go for a trademark protection and why we should go for a patent protection, I will come to in the next slides. Now, inventive step, as I mentioned, feature of an invention. So what is the feature of the invention that involves technical advance as compared to the existing knowledge? So patents means what? You should know what is existing. Then only you will be able to understand what is new. If you don't have your subject knowledge and you do something which you say that this I have not read anywhere, so this is not existing anywhere. So that is a technical problem which you have. Many of them come to us saying that you have invented so and so thing. When we do the research, we come to know that this is already done somewhere in China or Japan or Korea or any other country, because you don't do that research. So whenever any patent application is to be filed, you have to first Google, use all the other search engines and understand that what you have done is someone already has done or not. Then you can understand, meet professionals like us where we can help you in getting more patent applications. Or having economic significance. Economic significance is like, when I do some product which has got economic significance, like in terms of the sales, people have received this product and then I am doing tremendous amount of volume of sale across the globe, across India. Even those kind of patents are also patentable. Or both. So novelty is destroyed if you disclose anywhere before the date of filing. So the biggest problem here is many of them don't know because of lack of knowledge and ignorance. Many of them don't know that whenever you invent something, that should not be disclosed to any third person, or I can say unrelated person. If you want to disclose that to any unrelated person, you have to disclose it only after execution of the something called as non-disclosure agreement. So the non-disclosure agreement means what? I am disclosing something innovative and you're not supposed to disclose it anywhere. So that is where you have to look into. So I have an invention. So first I have to do a patent filing. Then only I can disclose it to third party. I have a patent application, I have an invention, and I do patent application filing. Then only I will disclose it to a third person for investment. Because these are ideas that can be stealed. I'll give a classic example here. There are some agencies who conduct competitions for best inventions. You know what they are doing? They are stealing the inventions. You are going to participate in the competition by disclosing your invention. Nobody can judge which invention can become a blockbuster. And believe it or not, many of the inventions made inventors millionaires and billionaires overnight. So, so where is money? So technology and innovation gives you a lot of money. Many people actually doesn't invest here. They simply copy paste and then proceed forward. So this is what the biggest challenge is. So you should understand that research pays. Now, disclosing to any third party without NDA is again you are destroying the novelty. So patentable criteria is your invention should be novel. When you disclose it to third party without NDA, non-disclosure agreement, you are making that invention a public property, a public domain. So all your research is gone into a free of cost to public where any person in India or any person outside India can use it because you yourself has disclosed to third party without NDA. So this is an important thing that needs to be taken care of. So patent examples, this is a typical example of a washing machine. Now, if you see a washing machine, this is granted for a Philips company. Now, the classic example I give because washing machine, everybody uses in their homes. Everyone knows a washing machine product, how it works. So now, when already a washing machine exists, again, getting a patent for washing machine, is it possible? So for that purpose, I've taken this example. Now, this is a typical washing machine having a fan inside, to rotate to allow the heating plate. If you see in here, there's a heating plate where it heats, and then through the heat, when the fan rotates, the air actually circulates through the clothing. So during washing, it is actually giving some specific sanitization. So if you see, the already washing machines are there, do not reach the temperatures required to effectively sanitize. If you So what the Philips company says that is they do not reach the temperatures required to effectively sanitize. Because of that, I am introducing a heating element inside the washing machine with a fan so I can get a patent in. Simple. So some of them use ozone to sanitize the clothing inside the washing machine, but that is environmental hazard. Now solutions, it's a combined radiation and a hot air circulation heating effects. Heat the garments to temperature to kill any germs or bacteria. Now if you see this one, what major rocket science they have done to get a patent granted? Nothing. Understood some problem, just added a temperature heating element and a fan to circulate the radiation and also the hot air circulation, and the heating element itself radiates to the nearby garments. So it's sufficiently killing the germs and bacteria, and a patent is in their hands for granted. What's the rocket science? So people don't recognize that the small things also you can get a patent granted, and people just do run for publication. They run for publication, and then once it is published in the journals, people keep it in their profile saying that my patents are my articles and my research is published. But yes, this is good. I don't deny that the publication is bad, but going for a patent first and then publication matters a lot, because once it is published in the journal, it is a public document. Even if the research can make a good commercial value. I said, when we talk about intellectual property rights, money. So we don't know which one can create wonders in the market, which invention can create very good uh, amount of money you can generate. So what happens here is, this is where people do mistake. So if you do something innovative, you feel innovative, do a research properly, and if you still have very confident that this is unique, nobody has done in the anywhere in the world, first go for a patent application, apply for a provisional application, which is very cost effective, then go for a publication in the journal publication. What happens is, you have the mileage what you need to get it. Now the good news here is, previously when universities filed, there was a fee structure which is approximately 40,000 rupees for a university application. Only government fee I'm saying. But now recently, Mr. Modi, Narendra Modi government has given a very good uh, provision to universities to apply for a patent application, just like an ordinary person. So almost all 80% of the fees is reduced for the government fee. So 40,000 is coming down to 12,100 now. So that's huge drastic change. So universities need not spend much money for patenting activity. So patent filing requirements. So usual requirements will be, there will be an inventor. Without inventor, there will not be an invention. So who is the inventor? We need the details. Who is the company? And the patent has an owner. Whether is it a company is the owner, if it is a university or a college, the college will be the owner, and the student or a research professor will be a inventor. Sometimes owner can be a company plus inventor, a researcher, or a student as well. It's all about the understanding what you create. So idea, prototype, and the joint development exercises, whatever you created, that needs to be given. And clarity of invention protection countries. See, what happens is, when you talk about intellectual property rights protection, it's only area specific. It is area specific means what? I protect in India, I get rights only in India. I protect it in USA, I get rights only in USA. So when I am using my invention, and if I have understood that my invention is actually useful for cold, then you have to file your patent application in all those countries where snow falls, because your invention is useful in those countries, and you can get a lot of money, because you have companies coming, investing, and then creating that product, and for each product sold by them, you will get some percentage. So this is all business, and this is all money. When you talk about patents, trademarks, copyright designs, we talk about only generating money. So trademarks. Now, what is the trademark filing requirements? It's a brand name or a logo, what you created, we need to do the filing. Owner, it's again, a company can be an owner, or an individual can be an owner. So important thing is that at the time of filing the application, sometimes what happens is, people do not do a trademark registration, and they start doing the business, and over a period of time, they have done a very good business. Even then, they can go for a trademark registration. So that is business already in use. I'm now starting a company, and now I'm going to launch my new product next month. That is coming under the category of proposed to be used mark. So that is where you need to file the application before you start using the product. So intelligent people uses the proposed to be used category, that they don't want to take any risk in the business, have evaluate that brand name, whether I can use this or not, and then start my registration process, and then start using it. So if I have an idea of starting a company after 6 months, I have to do all the trademark registrations right now, because the trademark registration takes time, 6 months to 3 years normally for registration. So clarity of the brand name and the logo protection, again here the countries matters, because once you're doing the export and import, it is matters that the company brand name has to be protected in those particular countries as well. So the now comes to designs. So what is an industrial designs? It can be an article of manufacture capable of being sold separately. So this is a criteria, article of manufacture, and it should be able to be sold separately. Why they have created this sold separately? Because When I said intellectual property rights, it is all about money, making money. So commercial activity will be involved in all these categories. So industrial designs 2D design features, the shape, the configuration, the pattern, ornament, and composition of lines. All this comes under the design protection. If you see the left side image, you see the how the question mark is there, how the two is there, how the comma is placed in between the all this typewriting header. Now, whatever the product which is having any unique design shapes, all these things are protected. The reason for doing this protection is that we want to be the monopoly in the market. So, if you many of you might have noticed in your area, wherever you are, you can spot one tiffin center which will be very tasty. One clothes showroom where you get very economical and very nice clothing. So you can identify certain things by just having that reputation. So this reputation is created. The brand names also creates a reputation. The patented technology, if you see the patented technologies also, mobile phones, if you see every mobile phone is having lot of patents covered where the manufacturers of Nokia or any other country will take licenses to incorporate those features in their mobile phone. So patent is already filed, and then because the patent is already filed, they take license and then the revenue is generated there. So that is how the intellectual property rights creates money. Even the color compositions also, because industrial designs talks about only the shapes that is appealing to the eye. So now coming to the industrial process or means finished article appealing to and are judged only by the eye. As I mentioned earlier, that only eye is the judge here, because shape means outer contour, outer shape, how it is looking to me. And it does not include any mode of construction or trademarks, the logo, the brand name, immaterial to the design registration. So design registration shape only for the external form, contours, or outlines. If you see, these are all the designs that are registered. Have you ever imagined these kind of products? If you see that even the tire rim, it's an automobile tire rim. Hopefully, I think it should be used for a lorry. And if you see the brush that is used for dusting, and you can see toys, the fans, the rims, all these things are trademark registered. If you see the toys also are being trademark registered, even for the drawings, they have given the trademark, design registration. I'm sorry, design registration. This is a shape. Now we are only looking at the shape. So this is an arrangement of a parts or elements in a particular form, figure, or a combination. The surface pattern, if you see, these are the textiles and other surface patterns you can see are also design registrable. Now this is the right side bangle. So it should be a new and original design, and it should not previously published in any country. Here also the novelty part comes in, and it also covers some to public order or morality. So comprises of scandalous or obscene material, if it is there, that is also not registrable. And the publication only if accepted by the controller of the design is registrable. Once I apply for design registration, then it will not be available to public unless and until my design is accepted. If my design is registered, it is never been known to anyone. So copyright on registration and validity. If you see design registration have a copyright in the design. Patents, it is 20 years. For trademark, it is infinite. All you have to do is every 10 years, you need to do the renewal. So for copyright, it is 10 years, but again, extendable for another 5 years. So design cancellation can be done. That is not necessary at this point of time. So here, in case if somebody copies this design, then there is a damages that may be avoided by the district court where you can file a case against it. So the trade secrets, as I mentioned, it is protected only through a contract. So trade secrets, usually what happens, any company is there, they maintain the documentation and then say that, look, I am paying you and I am giving you information. You are supposed to keep it secret. Even if you leave the company, this condition applies that you should keep this secret. If you leak it, the damage that I'm going to have on my business, I will claim it from you. This is a straightforward threat that can be given to an employee or any person working in the organization, so that these are the secrets that can be protected. Because if you see KFC, the spices what they use, that's trade secret. The Coca-Cola is a trade secret. So like that. This is example. KFC secret blend of 11 herbs and spices is a trade secret. Coca-Cola recipe for the signature drink is a trade secret. Google's search algorithm is a trade secret. And again, McDonald's Big Mac special sauce, secret client list at any company. Now, patent grant process, it is almost all the filing process are similar. You file, and then after this filing is done, the examination will be done by the respective authorities, and after that, the examination report is generated. We need to give a reply. Once the hearing is conducted, and then after the hearing is over, then the patent or a trademark or a design or a copyright may be granted or refused. And the process remains similar: filing, examination, objection, reply. If reply, after giving the reply to the examination, if they're not satisfied, they will ask for hearing. And if after the hearing also, if they're not satisfied, they'll refuse. If they're satisfied, they'll grant the patent or a trademark or a copyright or design. Same. So after, see, the main commercial activity comes now. So you have obtained your rights. Then what is that? So the commercial activity is that, once I am having my invention, my patent rights, then I can stop others from using it. From manufacturing the patented products, using the patented products, selling the patented products, importing and patented products, and exporting the patented products. If you all can see this, when I have an intellectual property right in my hand, I can do all these things to my competitors. When I do all these things to my competitors that I will not allow any of the competitor to manufacture it, use it. I'll not allow any of the competitor to sell it. I'll not allow any of the manufacturer to import it. I'll not allow anyone to export it. What happens? I am having entire control of the product. So how much, if the product has huge demand in the market, that's it. I can make huge money. So intellectual property rights here accelerates your business in terms of revenue generation once you have these kind of protections. So intellectual property right protection is more important. Now there's another subject called PCT, international application, which I'll give a brief info on that. When I have an patent file in India, I don't know whether this invention is going to become blockbuster or not. Now, if I need to go for international application, as I told earlier, that any registration applicable in that particular country, because I have to apply in that particular country. If I want protection in USA, I have to file in USA. I have to go in Japan, I have to file in Japan. And if you cumulatively add all the country costs, it is huge cost. So if I spend 2 crores rupees to invest in all filing these applications in all the countries, and if I come to know that this invention is no more useful to anyone, I'm not going to get these 2 crores. And the criteria for filing the application, I filed the application in India. So as per Paris Convention, I have to seek my invention protection in other countries within 1 year. If I don't file it in 1 year, my invention is lost in those countries. 1 year is a very short period to understand whether I'm able to get my money back or not, whether I need to invest or not. So this PCT international application route is introduced, where you can file one application, and then 1 year period what you are going to get for the patent application filing is extended to 30 to 31 months. So that is 2.5 years time. So you are getting additional 1.5 year time. From the date of filing the application in India, you get total 30 months time. So that is where this application costs approximately 1 to 1.5 lakh. What happens here? Imagine 2 crores and 1.5 lakh. What happens here? You file this application, and your invention is protected in all the 100 plus countries for a period of 2.5 months, 2.5 years, sorry. So once this 2.5 years period time completes, I will be able to understand whether I need to invest that whatever the cost that is being there. Because if my invention is very huge, I can make millions and millions of dollars. Then I don't mind spending the other 2 crore rupees, whatever is required to file in other countries. So that is a strategy which is going to involve. So these are the times. So 1 year is the too small time for PhD application, not international granted patent. So it's an only application, you are only buying time for the PCT application for the purpose of understanding that I have to file them within 1 year in other countries to get my invention protected. If I file in 1/1/2020, so within 1 year I have to file. That is 30th of December 2021, I have to file my application. But 1 year is a very short time. I cannot invest that much amount. So that is where these things comes in. So PCT application also has to be filed before 30th of December 2021, as you see the timeline. Because 1 year it has to be filed. From there you will get the protection for another 1.5 year time. Now, in whichever country you are filing, that application is called as national phase application, and that has to be filed within 31st of June 2023 if your application is filed in 1st of January 2020 in India. So this is the time period you're going to get to understand your invention, and you're going to get this. So what if someone copies your patented technology? So you can send a legal notice to stop them. You can file a case against them, and you can appoint a court commissioner and seize all the material from their godown, factory, manufacturing unit anywhere. You can also claim damages for their infringement. So now a classic example, there's something called as Ramu versus Adyar Anand Bhavan, Muthulakshmi Bhavan. So Ramu has a patent holder for glycemic sweets. He has created a sweet which is low in sugar. So after that, Adyar has started manufacturing sweets only after Ramu started the process. So court has ordered injunction granted. They asked because Ramu has a patent to manufacture the low sugar sweets. So the court ordered Adyar to stop manufacturing it. So another company is Sinopharma versus DSM Sinopharma versus Sinopharma. So Sinochem has got a patent for amoxicillin trihydrate. So court has ordered Sinopharma China should not export to India. Sinopharma India company should not export to India. So now from the losing company point of view, business operations are stalled, business process cycle is affected badly, difficulty in managing the working capital. Now, so if you are doing a business, you want to do a business and you don't want to actually fall into all these kinds of legal traps and lose your patience, money, time. So you should be very strategic. So this is how this is going to decelerate your progress of the company. So having a proper strategy of launching your products by seeing, am I infringing anyone's patents or am I infringing anyone's rights? And then going into the market is more important, because there are people who are patent holders silently sitting and then want to file a case against somebody who is copying. Some may copy intentionally, some may copy unintentionally. But law says, what the law and court says, ignorance is not acceptable in law. You have to do your research. You have to do your business. So you cannot say to court and say, I'm sorry, I don't know about this. None of them will bother about it. So you have, it's your duty to do it. So how to avoid litigation? You have to do this research, freedom to operate search, and then you have to do all kinds of research before you do this. So you have to understand who are the other multinational companies who are doing this competition analysis, landscapes, and market survey reports have to be done. So what is your main objective of the business? Is the revenue generation, employment, and expand business in multiple countries. Nobody will disagree with this, because this is the objective of any company to start with. So people understand intellectual property rights is just only for a expenditure. Absolutely wrong. Intellectual property rights is not expenditure; it is an investment. So the many few people will understand this. So it creates revenue, it creates employment, and it can expand business in multiple countries because you choose to file the inventions in other countries as well. So a business owner aim to do business is only to Business growth, you should know, understand which type of company, management team, financials, and business idea, growth, and clarity in the business plan. So, and also risks involved. So many people actually doesn't do all these things. They just take money, borrow money, or take a loan, come into the business, and then without understanding what they have to do, without having the clarity on the business model, without having the clarity on the intellectual property rights, they do business and then tend to the fall trap, and then 90% of the startups fail because of this strategy, not applying this strategy. So people say as a proud factor, they say that, look, I've started a startup. Starting a startup is not a big deal. Start a startup and sustain the startup to 4 5 years, and then taking the startup to the next level is what is lacking in the present startup processes. Many employees, many students, many of them I have seen coming without understanding, without having clarity, start the business, and then by the time they understand the entire business model, they don't have any money. Either they sell the company or wind up the company and then do a job in another company. I've seen several of them. So this is the model which you need to understand before you start in a. వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ప్రాబ్లం ఉండొచ్చు.
Yes, sir. Audible, sir. Please continue.
Okay. So which was the slide, last slide you were seeing? The credit card one you were able to see? Somebody unmute and tell me.
So your presentation is not appearing, sir. Please
No,
present.
I have not started.
Okay.
The last slide, what you saw, is that credit card strip reader or fidget spinner?
You open, sir. We tell you. Please answer.
Okay. So I just come back again. So inventors who made money, Laszlo Biro, this is actually uh, the ballpoint pen introduced in 1943. This is a patent application filed. So Biro who has made this patent application sold patent to big corporation for $2 million in 1943, and we're talking about 1943, $2 billion. And now big corporation earned 3 trillion in 1940s. Imagine the power of patents. So innovation pays. All you have to do is, again I'll tell you, technical problem and do a very good technical solution. Your invention is invited by everyone and you also can earn. So having patent rights improvisation. So now if you see world's first computer mouse, Doug Engelbart 1961, he has created this one. And Xerox used ball instead of wheels. Now, if you see, the Xerox has used improvisation. So as I mentioned earlier, already existing product, you do some improvisation, you get a patent for it. Still in use, listen, keep improvisation. So the ball in the mouse, you all know now, still it is being used. It's since 1961. So company's intangible assets, its patents, trademarks, brand assets, trade secrets, company copyrights, know-how, goodwill, and also the customer's database. So what you can do, you can sell, you can license, you can transfer, and you can also, just like any other property, land, house, you give it as a will. So even you can transfer the rights of these intangible assets as a will. Also, you can write in your will, my brand so and so belongs to my elder son. My copyrights of the so and so will be given to my younger son. So like that, you can even give that. So that's the power of these intangible assets. So Apple IPR valuation, this is as per 2017. This is actually in millions. So Apple company intellectual property rights, you can see the highlighted blue portion, to 2,298 million rupees. Consolidated intellectual property value. If you see in the book of records, this is how it is in 2017. So now these are all the things that are required to accelerate the business growth for your company, because the financials, the management of your business cash flows and clients, the team, what kind of team your company is having, a startup is having, experience, the execution of the business ideas, the patents, trademarks, copyrights, designs, and NDAs and agreements. All these things are actually going to give your company a protection, a shield. Just like once you construct your house, how you construct your fencing around your house, the intellectual property rights for any company is going to be the same thing, same effect, which gives you much more protection and also enhance the value of your company. So these are the business strategies. Now I'll give a classic ongoing example. So presently, many of them are actually importing products from China. So in China, you have some trademark or a brand name or a product which is there, which they are importing. So now this is a typical 3 lead ECG machine, ECG product. So if I am importing this from China to India, now this is what I have created by and asked Chinese to manufacture. So if I so I'm started importing from China to South India, and another importer started importing from North India. Now what happens is the market is now diluted. Now I don't have any unique product now because I don't have any intellectual property rights. So everybody can import from China. So this is going to create a turbulence in my company. So once this business grows, then I have to have an issue. So if I have a patent protected initially, so what happens is I can actually, or if I have done a design registration and I also have a trademark registration in China and India for the same product, then I can stop the illegal importers, and only the legal importers, legally owned right, can import this product. So this is how you are protected by in terms of intellectual property rights, because I have to now protect this intellectual property right what I created in China and as well as India, because this, when I am importing in India, the other importers cannot do it. The same thing is applicable for exporting also. So wherever countries whichever I'm doing, I have to have my intellectual property rights like patents, trademarks, designs, and copyrights as well, not applicable to all the product related information. So to get for this intellectual property protection. So I am the unique person here. So IPR protection process is not expenditure, it's an investment, and very few companies realize it. So IPR strategy plays an important role for you and your business and to your investors. So our objective as Oscar Global Research Company is to create litigation-free intellectual property assets for startups and MSMEs, and our motto mission is only to help the MSMEs and startups. Thank you very much, everyone, and I hope we have added some value, added information to you all with regards to this intellectual property rights. Within a short span of time, I think I have covered several topics, and I hope you all have enhanced your knowledge in terms of this intellectual property rights, the patents, trademarks, copyrights, and designs. And my contact details are provided below. Please feel free to ping me through WhatsApp or email, and then I'll be glad to assist and help you all. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and all of you for your patient hearing. Thank you very much. Any questions, I'll be glad to answer. Thank you. Yeah.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Naveen sir, so thank you very much for sparing your valuable time, and you have given us a very valuable message that will be useful for our. So it is so really invaluable information. And once again, I thank you, sir. So we will have services further as well from you. Uh, and I thank so all the participants and so faculty. And I also thank non-teaching so faculty who arranged these facilities. And I also thank the principal and so management. Thank you very much, sir. Naveen, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
ఇది క్లోజ్ కాలేదు సార్ క్లోజ్ కావట్లేదు. Everyone has recording stop first అట. ఎవరు ఈమె రికార్డింగ్ పెట్టుకున్నాయండి? ఒక్క నిమిషం పార్టిసిపెంట్ ఇక్కడ రిమూవ్ చేద్దాం ఫస్ట్. Who is this Shweta Tiwari? Remove from the meeting. మనదే ఇది క్లోజ్.